glorify God. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So welcome to another trading day. Today is Friday, 27th of September, 2024. The month will be ending, I think that should be next Monday. Yes. So today is the last trading day for the week. By Monday, the month of September will end and we'll enter into October. Good morning, Mr. John Agon. Good morning, Macaulay. Good morning. All right, this person, your name is showing as 565393. Kindly put your real name there so that we can know you're a person and not a bot. All right, so let's get started. So this morning by 8 a.m., there'll be Spanish fly CPI yearly from the Eurozone by 8 o'clock this morning. We'll check the Euro pairs and see which of the pairs might react to that event. And later today by 1:30 p.m., we have the GDP from Canada, the core PCE price index from the United States, and by 3 p.m., there'll be the revised UOM consumer sentiment from the United States. So the only fundamental event for this morning session is the Spanish fly CPI yearly from the Eurozone, which comes up by 8 a.m., roughly some 52 minutes from now. So for that event, it's a medium impact event. So much volatility may not really be expected from it. It's not a high impact event, but nevertheless, we'll still, take note of it and still see if there's a possibility of any technical setup which might help us to take some advantage of that event. So if the news comes out, okay, let's just quickly look at the details. Then we'll look at the expectation. Now, this news measures the change in the price of goods and services purchased by consumers, and actual greater than forecast is good for the currency. So if by 8 o'clock, the actual please, for some of us, as you're joining this class, kindly mute your device. I'm getting a lot of distraction from that. So if by 8 a.m., the actual comes out greater than forecast, then the data will be green, and we'll be looking at a bullish movement on the JPY pairs. Euro pairs rather. Euro pairs, I mean. Euro pairs like Euro USD, Euro GBP, Euro CAD, Euro AUD. We look at most movement on them. If the news comes out greater than the forecast, we expect a bullish movement. And if on the other hand, the actual comes out less than forecast, in that case, the data will be in color red, and we'll expect a decline, that is a bearish movement in the euro pairs. All right, so that's all I can say from the fundamental this morning. Let's go back to the technical, and we'll check what is available for trading, and even for the news, the currency pairs we can put our attention on. I'll start with the Euro USD. Now, some euro pairs are bullish technically, some are bearish. So we'll look at both, cases and see which ones can help us with the news we're expecting. Now, for example, like the Euro USD. Euro USD is bearish at the moment. Dollar is bullish. I've said that from the beginning of the week. And dollar is really going in the bullish direction. So dollar is bullish, Euro USD is looking bearish. And as a further confirmation to the bearish movement of the Euro USD, on the daily time frame, we can see that we have a pattern. We have a pattern that is forming on the daily time frame, which is looking very close to a double top pattern, which is expected to give a bearish breakout. And price also clearly hit a resistance level up there, reinforcing the double top pattern formation. So on the 4-hour, we are now seeing a rising wedge, which is indicative of a breakout of the first leg of that double top pattern. So with the rising wedge pattern, we're expecting price to break out. Downwards. Currently, we can see there's a bearish tendency already on the Euro USD. So if the news comes out actual less than forecast, we might be looking at selling the Euro USD, because technically that is what this instrument is, doing at the moment. That's the pattern we're seeing. So if the news comes out actual less than forecast, we will just go in that direction and look at an opportunity to sell the Euro USD. Now, for the other Europeans, many of them are more bullish compared to the Euro USD. And I'll look specifically at the Euro CHF. Now, the Euro CHF, okay, sorry, the Euro GBP, I wanted to say first. For the Euro GBP, price is actually forming a double bottom pattern on the 4-hour time frame, and that is expected to give a bullish movement. Let's go to the daily, weekly. Now, on the weekly time frame, price actually touched a previous support level earlier in the course of the week. That's the first line up there. This is this week's candle. So it touched that support level earlier on in the week. Let me remove the second line. Okay. Okay, so price is back, to that previous support level on the weekly time frame. So on the 4-hour, we're seeing the formation of a double bottom pattern, which is expected to break out upwards. So if the news comes out good for the euro, then we might be looking at buying the euro GBP. I said if it's bad for the euro, we might be looking at selling the euro USD. But if it is good for the euro, we might be looking at buying the Euro GBP. Euro GBP is expected to break this previous support and continue going up. Now, we should also not forget the fact that there is a neckline right here. So even if the news comes out and is buying, when it gets to the neckline, we need to take some caution. Maybe we can just take our profit from there and wait technically for a breakout above that level to buy again, because today is Friday. Volatility may drop in the afternoon. Except you're there, a swing trader, you can wait and see it, break out further maybe next week, because this currency pair is not that volatile as a pair. But we can still catch some 15 pips, some 13, 15 pips thereabouts if the news comes out good. The news comes out good for the euro, but technically, we have a bullish sentiment on the euro GBP. And we have similar bullish sentiment on the euro, both the euro AUD and even the euro New Zealand. But I think I want to put more attention on the euro New Zealand. Even euro AUD, both of them anyway, but let's look at the euro New Zealand first. All right, for the euro New Zealand, we have price hitting a support on the weekly. Sorry, we have an uptrend on the weekly time frame with also a support. Yes, we have a valid support level also right here on the weekly, with a trend line meeting that support here, forming a confluence. A bullish sentiment is built up there. And on the 4-hour time frame, we can clearly see here, we are also seeing the formation. Now, this is not too clear in the real sense of it. When it started out, I was seeing it like an inverse head and shoulder, but this second shoulder seems to be wider than the first one. But nonetheless, we're expecting a breakout, at that region. So again, if the news comes out good for the euro, we might look at buying the euro New Zealand. So let's just drop it there. If the news comes out bad for the actual comes out less than forecast, you can sell euro USD. If it is actual greater than forecast, you can buy euro GBP or you can buy the euro New Zealand. So that's my view for the upcoming news by 8 o'clock. And in fact, that even gives an insight into some of the technical setup I wanted to share with us this morning. So we're selling euro USD if the actual comes out less than forecast, and we're buying euro GBP or euro New Zealand if the actual comes out greater than forecast. All right, so that's it for the fundamental and the technical side. Then we'll look at other pairs, which I'm also looking at today. Today, I'll be looking closely at the BTC USD. And I'm having a bearish sentiment for this instrument. And that stems from what I'm seeing right from the weekly time frame. Now, on the weekly time frame, we can see that we have a descending trend line. Okay, that structure seems to be changing, but we'll still put an eye on it. We have a descending trend line on the weekly time frame, and price is trading. As of last night, it was, we have this support here. We have a support turned resistance. It's still close to it. Support turned resistance, and price is back to that region. So if this level holds, then we should be expecting a decline in BTC USD if it holds, all things being equal. Well, if the dollar is bullish, well, it may surely hold if the dollar remains really strongly bullish. So if you come down to the 4-hour time frame, I have my trend line drawn right here, and I have a second trend line drawn at the back to give me a rising wedge pattern. So all things being equal, except there's a change in the market sentiment, I'm expecting a bearish movement on the BTC USD, all things being equal. I'm expecting maybe a crash, a little, then a retracement before a further breakout. So I hold a bearish sentiment, but it is a swing setup anyway, so it's those who can trade swing. So we have a bearish outlook there on the BTC USD. And I also have a bearish outlook on NAS 100. Now for NAS 100, the candle of yesterday closed as a rejection candle, on a previous support turned resistance. So technically, we're expecting the decline, on NAS 100. So we flip down to 1-hour time frame, and this is what we have. And we can just draw our trend line from this region to this place as we anticipate a breakout downward. So the moment price breaks out below this, trend line, you can clearly trigger a sell on NAS 100. RSI is below 50, just 48, though it would be good if it can drop below that, maybe to something like a 45 or 46. That would be better. But whenever price breaks out below the lower trend line, it will be a time to trigger a sell on NAS 100. So I'm bearish on NAS 100. And I'll look at the final one. I've mentioned most of the ones I even put for technical. They've already come under the fundamental. So finally, I think I have New Zealand CHF. Now, this is an evolving pattern. It may take some time, but we never can tell. It can evolve in the course of the day. We have a descending trend line on New Zealand CHF on the weekly time frame, and we equally have a resistance right here on 4-hour. We have a resistance here on 4-hour, and we have a rising wedge. Now that resistance is actually evolving gradually into what looks like a double top pattern, which is also going to aid the bearish breakout. So all things being equal, if price is able to move well, we might experience a breakout on New Zealand CHF in the course of today, all things being equal. RSI currently is still above 50, is at 59, but at the point of entry, your RSI should cross below 50. All right, so that will be all for my end this morning. Let me just do a little recap. I said we have a news by 8 o'clock, that's CPI from the Eurozone. If the news comes out bad for the Euro, then you should look at selling Euro UST. But if it comes out good for the Euro, you should look at buying the Euro GBP or the Euro New Zealand. And I said I hold a bearish outlook on BTC USD on the 4-hour. That's a swing setup. And I hold a bearish outlook on NAS 100 on 1 hour. And also I hold a bearish outlook on the New Zealand CHF on 4-hour. So that'll be all from me this morning. Market is a bit quiet. We are getting towards the end of the month, but those are the few setups that we have. So if you have any question or any request, just post it in the comment section, and I'll attend to it as we begin to round up this analysis. Euro GBP, I already analyzed Euro GBP. For Euro GBP, I said we are seeing a double bottom pattern on the 4-hour, and that is expected to lead to a bullish breakout. More so if the news by 8 o'clock, comes out so that actual is greater than forecast. So that will lead to a further bullish movement on the Euro GBP. But you should take note there's a neckline here and price, since price, we're not waiting for price to break the neckline. We want to use the news to trigger the entry. So when price gets to the neckline region, maybe you want to set that as a take profit one, while we later wait for price to break the neckline for a further bullish movement. But generally, I'm bullish on the Euro GBP. USD JPY. Now, the dollar is generally bullish now, and even the JPY peers, most of them are also going in the bullish direction technically. Oh, okay. I'm seeing something different now. You can see settings can change within a few hours. As at less than 30 minutes ago, I didn't see this setting on the USD JPY, so things are changing. So what's going on? Because I'm seeing price is having a decline on the USD JPY. I think this is just something that's happening now. All right, so let's see what this can give us. Is there an event? Okay, there was Tokyo Core CPI earlier in the night. All right, so maybe that's what is still impacting upon the market. Well, there's a decline on the USD JPY, but I would not encourage you to enter. You don't just dump into a pair like this. If I can tell, it may just reverse into a buy before you know what's happening. You have a losing trade. So I want to stay out of that for now until we get clarity on what really is going on, or we get a better setting for an entry. Let me check other JPY pairs. Okay, it's acting across board on the JPY pairs. Okay, so if there's any one of them around the resistance level, we can look at a tradable opportunity. This is just an event that is happening now. All right, for Euro JPY hit a resistance level, on the daily time frame. Okay, so let's go down to 1 hour for 1 hour. Okay, I think it's better we look at the Euro JPY, more so because there's a Euro news by 8 o'clock. So since the Euro JPY now is having a bearish sentiment, just like we saw on the Euro USD. So let me check the Euro USD. The sentiment is still the same. Let's see. Okay, I think we still hold on to what Euro USD is doing. So what's going to happen? What the best advice I can give now for the euros, especially the Euro JPY, is this: if the news by 8 comes out actual less than forecast, you can look at selling the Euro JPY. I don't want you to just dump into a sell now, except you want to do it as a swing, but as a day trade, I will not want to encourage that. But for a swing setup, yes, we have a very good setting for swing. We have a resistance on daily, and which is still reflective of 4 hour with a rising wedge pattern. It may work better for a swing than day trade. But then we wait for the news to come up by 8 o'clock. If the news comes out actual less than forecast, you can trigger a sell. Or better still, you might just wait till around 10. Let's see that price clearly breaks out below this current trend line, and an RSI crosses below 50. That would give us a better, reason for us to look for a sell on the Euro JPY. Out of the JPYs, I think this is the only one I will support trading for now. It's really, really like a perfect setting. Okay, except also for the New Zealand JPY, but all of them are better off. Let me see if this one is tradable of 1 hour. Now, I'm concerned with this long bearish candle that is happening on 1 hour. Sometimes this kind of a thing can give you a fake out. We just reverse back. And that's why I said these are better traded on swing. It's better traded on swing than day trade. So for the person asking about USD JPY, please stay out for now. GBP JPY Mohammed Sanusi. Be careful. JPY pairs can be very funny. I know they're very volatile. So the changes on you can give you some serious issues. For the GBP JPY, we are seeing a reversal candle, but I'm not seeing the corresponding resistance. So I would also want to be careful with that one. If you want to trade the JPY pairs, the New Zealand JPY and the Euro JPY, that should be your focus. Other ones, please be very careful with them. GBP USD. Okay, GBP USD, I have a bearish outlook. I purposely didn't mention some of these pairs because I know they may not really evolve today as much as possible like that. For GBP USD, I'm actually having a bearish outlook, on this. We have a rising wedge. There's a resistance on the weekly and a trend line, and it's equally trying to form a double top pattern. So I'm having a bearish sentiment on the GBP USD. Let me go down to up to the weekly, to the daily, weekly. All right, because on the weekly time frame that's where we have the resistance. And currently we can see that a rejection candle is trying to form on that, resistance on the weekly time frame. But I still maintain a bearish outlook, except if market condition changes, we might just see a bullish movement, then probably a decline later. But generally, I hold a bearish outlook on the GBP USD. You're welcome, Mr. Raji. Gold. Please be careful with gold. Gold is very, very unstable. It's been unstable for almost like over a week now. Sometimes you would think it's going to decline. You think it's going to decline, the next thing it will change, it will reverse again and start buying. So there's no clarity for me. There's no clarity on gold yet. Yes, there was a rejection candle yesterday, but that is not indicative yet that we are going to have. Technically, it's looking as if it's going to sell, but I'm not buying it until I see certain parameters. So please be careful with gold. DXY. DXY is not stable also. This is the DXY. There's no clarity around the DXY. No serious clarity around the DXY. Gold, I mentioned gold, LD, Madam Monaji, GBP card. GBP card, see, this week, some of these pairs are just, they literally misbehave. Let me put it that way. Now for GBP card, well, maybe it may still sell technically, but it seems to just be in a world of its own at the moment. For GBP card, it actually, okay, I think it's trying to form a kind of a double top, then maybe decline later. Maybe that's what it's trying to do, because currently it's trading around the resistance level up there. Trading around the resistance level. If that level, and now don't forget this, the blue line is actually a resistance from the weekly time frame. The same thing, the red trend line is a descending trend line from the weekly or monthly time frame. So it's still around a reversal point. So it's possible it may range a little, then decline later. But for now, I really don't see it breaking above this level. And there's no card news to push it. So it may just range around, this region, then break out later. So there's still a possibility of GBP card still, selling is possible. So when it will happen, I don't know, maybe today or not, I can't say. But there's a possibility of GBP card still declining.
Thank you very much, sir. When I asked the question is, I've been holding the trade for a very long time, and he refused on sale. I refused to break.
You're on a sell trade,
break
right?
out. On sale, yes, sir.
It's like I said, it may
It will
just range.
sell a little, then start buying again. It will sell a little, start buying again. So for over 3 weeks, I've been holding it. So I'm asking to see whether I should just close them.
If you have enough liquidity, don't close. This region is a confluence, it's a reversal point. It may just range a little, then further drop downwards. So if you have enough liquidity to hold it, you can hold it.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Emmanuel, can the Euro news by 8 a.m. affect USD pairs? Because I have open trades on AED USD and USD CAD. Now, the news is actually a medium impact news, but then we cannot neglect the fact that CPI can be volatile. So it comes with mixed feeling. Normally, CPI should be a red, which is a high impact, but if it's coming as a medium impact, we don't know, maybe it may not be that volatile. But all the best advice I can give you is just make sure you have your stop loss in place, just in case things didn't go as planned. You understand? So will it affect the dollar pairs, CPI, NFP, all those ones? Sometimes they can cut across all pairs. It can, but the best thing is just make sure you have your stop loss in place, just in case. But if it's by the virtue that it's a medium impact event, personally, I don't think it should be that volatile. But I don't control the market. We don't know the data they're bringing out. So all we can do is also protect ourselves if things don't go as we thought earlier. So that's what I can tell you. All right, I think I've attended to all the questions here. So that will be all this morning. Please stay safe and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rotimi.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too, man.
Thank you, sir.